Hi everyone, I am about to walk up this hill backwards and I just thought it's a really good time because I can do it slowly. It's a really good time to explain a little bit about Zoe because some of you heard me talk about it. So I thought I'd do that. So that's the hill, part of the hill I'm going up backwards because it's safe, there's no cars coming down. So, so the Zoe, you may have heard of it, the Zoe Predict study where they did lots of randomised trials and now it's available for people to buy. So I joined up with Zoe and I got sent everything I needed, which included some breakfast muffins and some lunch muffins that you eat on a certain day, quite precise, and they look at your body's response to that. That's one part. So you need to wear a continuous blood glucose monitor, which you pop on your arm. You have that for 2 weeks because you're also looking at other things, other foods, how you respond to foods during the day, and it is fascinating. So you're very different depending on what you eat and times of day. That's what I found most interesting, how my body responded to carbohydrates at lunchtime versus the morning. So you wear the continuous glucose monitor and you're keeping an eye and you're logging things with an app. You eat the muffins, they look at your blood glucose, blood sugar response, but also your blood fat. So you take a little sample of blood from your finger, so you get all that sent to you. That's measuring how long your fats will stay in your blood after those muffins, because they're quite precise. So that's another part. And during that first part, you also take a poo sample, you send it off. So it's kind of 3 things. It's your blood sugar, your blood fat, and your gut bacteria. And that was the bit I was super interested in. So you send it off, and after a couple of weeks, you get sent your report. So they analyse your poo to see what bacteria you got in there in terms of good and bad. We've all got a bit of both, but we want to be mainly having the good bacteria and less of the bad ones, and there's certain ones they're looking for as well. So that's your little gut microbiome. I think we might see the goats in a minute. No goats, no. So your blood fat test, so they send you that compared to the population, compared to people your age and your sex, because everyone's so unique where you are. So you can be poor, moderate, good, or excellent. I came out high end of good on that one. And then your blood sugar control, which you're monitoring over the 2 weeks as well as the tests. And I came out again, it was good in that. Now let's remember that for many years I've been eating well. I try not to eat carbohydrate on its own. I try and always have some protein with it because I know I'm very aware of the blood sugar response. So I've kind of been doing a lot of this stuff already. So it was reassuring to know that it's been working. But there's no way I would have ever known the detail about how my body responds and what's in my gut microbiome. So I think personally it's really worth it because you can never get that detailed information, and it just makes you realise that maybe if you eat a banana that your blood sugar is going to spike, but maybe if you have some almonds with it, you can physically see there's a different response. Now the reason we don't want these blood sugar spikes are for hunger and energy, because if we're up and down all day, not so good, but also to reduce inflammation in the body. Now inflammation is driving so much disease. Everything itis is inflammation, arthritis, bronchitis, cystitis, yeah, it's all about inflammation. So if we can dampen it down, you probably heard me talking about hashtag eat more veg, I'm all about eating more veg, etc. But in terms of Zoe, they're aiming for you to have 30 plants a week. Now it's not that hard. I've been monitoring it and I manage about seven a day on average. So after the report comes through, you then are given scores on different foods. So for me, for example, it's just one I can remember, almonds are 100, and that means the higher the score the better. It means it works really well. My blood sugar control, my blood fat, and my for my gut microbiome, it's all really supportive. Whereas, I don't know, let's say brown rice even, I can't remember, I think it might be 50 something. The score is a lot lower because mainly for the blood sugar control, not so good. Good on fats, good on gut microbiome. And then obviously if you eat to a processed food, it would be like 5 or 6. So it's really educating you on, for you, for your body, what works well. And even if you didn't get that personalised report, just wearing the monitor and getting a little bit more in touch about how it really does make a difference what you eat. You can physically see it. I think that's priceless, really. So let me know if you want to find out any more. I can send you a link which might get you in there quicker. There's often a waiting list, but yeah, I think it's worth it. I think, you know, our machine is our body, and why would we not want to learn as much as we can about our body? You can choose to then ignore it, but why would you? You know, it's you know what I'm all about. It's about, you know, you've got one chance at this life, so let's be the healthiest and the best we can. Just reference me walking up a hill backwards. I've got more of a hill. It's good for the knees in terms of it doesn't strain the knee joint, but it's really good for the muscles above the knee. So that's why I do try and do it when I can. You've obviously got to be somewhere safe. If I was in a gym that had a sled pull, I would be doing that instead, because that's great. Anyway, hope that's useful. Bye.